Hello, Taurus, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for mid to end of July 2023, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? As always, I've gone ahead and pulled the overall energy for the reading and clarified those messages, which I'll jump into in just a second. I have a tarot deck that we'll be using already shuffled, as well as the decks that I'll be using in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they will not resonate fully for everyone. So do remember to take what resonates and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. All right, Taurus, in your recent past, you have "You Are Worth It" with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like your worth was really challenged in your recent past. There's some sort of opportunity either you're wanting to create or that's heading towards you, but it's one with it being in reverse that hasn't yet been able to manifest into reality. So there's something, I don't necessarily know if there's something blocking it or if you're just kind of on the path to get there, but I do definitely see that whatever it is that you're wanting to create, the relationship, the career, the financial situation, whatever the case is, you are worth it. You are worthy of it. And if it's something that your heart is set on, it's probably meant to happen anyway. And so I feel like there's a need to tap into that part of you that knows who you are and what you're deserving of in order to bring whatever this is into reality. And like I said, you might not know what this opportunity is. I'm not quite sure yet. But in your current energy, you have ideal course of action with the Temperance. I feel like there are some Tauruses out there that need to know that you are on the right path. You have this ideal course of action. You're doing what you need to do. I feel like with this Temperance card, there's this need to tap into a little bit more patience, because just because you are not where you want to be yet does not mean that you are not in the process of getting there. And the journey sometimes can feel long and with, drawn out, but every step on that journey is happening for a reason. So you are supposed to be where you're at right now. You're on the right path. You're getting to where you're trying to go. And there's a need to just keep putting one foot in front of the other. I know that probably sounds more difficult than it, of course, I'm just looking at energy, right? It's a lot easier for me to say than it is to do. But then in your immediate future, you have adventure with the Queen of Pentacles. There you are, Taurus, whether you are male or female, you're showing up as this Queen of Pentacles. And this adventure card to me is the reminder, and we'll definitely get more information on your future in with tarot, but the reminder that the journey is the point, the destination is not the point. Getting to where you are trying to go requires a journey. And if you do not embrace the journey for what it is, you'll probably never get to where you're trying to go. It's a little bit backwards, right? If you try to just push forward to get to the finish line, you probably won't make it to where you're trying to go. If you allow yourself to embrace the present moment, follow intuitive guidance, put one foot in front of the other, even when it's difficult, you will always get there. So a little bit of a reminder to allow yourself to be where you're at right now, even if you are not where you want to be. Because that does not mean that you are not going to ever get to where you're trying to go. It just means that you're not there yet, and that's okay. Reset past for Taurus, clarifying you are worth it with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. This is for Taurus's recent past, please. This is for Taurus's recent past, please, clarifying you are worth it with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. One more. Taurus's recent past, please. The Temperance. The Temperance with the High Priestess and the Chariot in reverse. I mean, yeah, things are not moving forward or have not been moving forward potentially for a while here for you, Taurus, in the way that you were hoping, expecting, or, planning. And the universe is asking you not to give up hope just because the journey isn't going how you thought it would. Because I do feel, and it is my own personal beliefs, both in my personal life and in my spiritual life, that everything does really happen for a reason. And sometimes we can feel like they're not happening for us when they're not happening the way that we expected them to happen. But when you get to the end of the journey, you can usually look back and say, okay, I do understand why everything had to happen the way that it did. So your recent past and your current energy, I feel like are kind of similar energies. And maybe that's why there's a lot of frustration that you are experiencing, is maybe you feel like you've been stuck in the same place. Maybe you feel like you're spinning your wheels. Maybe you feel like you're just not getting anywhere. But it isn't that you're not getting anywhere. It's just that it's taking some time, and that's okay. You are exactly where you are supposed to be in this moment. Recent past for Taurus, please. Recent past for Taurus. Recent past for Taurus, please. Threw that up in there. Ace of Swords in reverse. With the Sun in reverse. And then the Five of Pentacles. Okay. You know, when we talk about the ego in like a general context, a lot of times it can be, oh, that person's so egotistical, they're so full of themselves, they only love themselves, right? The ego is actually a defense mechanism, right? It's there to protect us. It's there to keep us safe. Now, sometimes it can actually keep us safe by keeping us stuck in unsafe situations, because those are what are predictable. And I say that to say that when you're struggling on your path, you're going to have fears, doubts, insecurities come up, right? It's just natural. It's going to happen no matter what path you're on, no matter who you are. You're going to have to face those things in one form or another. And your ego can often trick you into believing that those fears, doubts, and insecurities are fact, when in reality, what they actually are limiting beliefs, habits that have been formed because of the way that you have internalized your experience, the way you've internalized your existence, the way that you have lived your life to this point has created a belief system within you, right? And I talk about this a lot on my channel, but 95% of your movements, choices, and decisions actually stem from your subconscious. Only 5% of the way that you interact with your reality is conscious. So when 95% of you, which is subconscious, is interacting with your reality, and that's where your fears, doubts, and insecurities lie, sometimes we can not realize how our limiting beliefs are actually impacting um, us and our reality and our environment and our perception more than we are consciously aware of. And so your recent past, I feel like there was a lot, because with the Ace of Swords in reverse, there's a lack of clarity. And I feel like you were seeing through the lens of this Five of Pentacles card. The most important thing to realize is that lack is never true spiritually. We have the ability to give ourselves everything that we want and need within us, but we have to be able to believe that that's true in order to actually experience that reality. And so in your recent past in particular, I feel like you were kind of in this Five of Pentacles energy. And, you know, you have to remember that what is meant for you will never pass you. That if you are following your spiritual path and putting your faith in the universe, and the universe will always provide for you in every single aspect of your life. You just have to learn to believe that. And the more that you take steps on your spiritual path and that you lean into that faith, the more that that's going to be proven to you. All right, recent past, spiritual proof. That's what that's called. Recent past for Taurus. So there's a cycle here. You've been stuck in a cycle. What is this cycle? What is this cycle that Taurus has been stuck in or was stuck in their recent past? I want more on this world. What is this cycle? Ace of Cups. The Moon. Okay. Letting fear win. in each and every moment, we have a choice. And this choice is, you can look at it as like a divine assignment, if you will, from spirit, from the universe. And that choice is, are we going to allow our faith to win, or are we going to allow our fear to win? Now, fear is natural, and you're never going to get to a point where your fear is not going to exist anymore. Your fear will always be there. You will always be afraid of worst case scenarios, and we as human beings are actually also afraid of our own happiness. We're afraid of good things happening to us too. And your fear is very realistic because it's rooted, again, in your limiting beliefs about your reality and what it is that you've experienced. So it's very real and very valid to you, but that doesn't mean it's true. And the reason that this opportunity that you want, this whatever it is that you want, hasn't been able to manifest is because your fear has been getting in the way. Your fear, your doubt, your insecurities has either kept you from taking action or kept you from even opening your heart up to the fact that a better life is possible for you, whatever the case might be. And that cycle that you've been stuck in is you choosing situations that are below what it is that you are deserving of. And so that's why I feel like your worth is really put through it in your recent past. Now, in your current energy, you have ideal course of actions with the Temperance, right? So let's get more. Switch gears here for Taurus's current energy, clarifying ideal course of action with the Temperance. Current energy for Taurus, please. Current energy for Taurus, please. Current energy for Taurus, please. Ooh, Magician. And the Death. The Hierophant in reverse. Oh, and there's the King of Pentacles. So here's what's interesting. This is like 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of energy. You start to manifest a little bit, you go back to old cycles. You start to create a little bit more, you go back to old cycles. And that is absolutely normal. And your path and your journey is never going to be linear. Now, that can also feel like you have success that happens, but then you feel like you then experience a failure. Or you feel like you're making progress toward a relationship or toward self-love, and then you feel like you fall back into old habits. That's going to happen. Remember, when we talk about manifesting the life of your dreams, we talk about recreating your belief system from within, right? Literally having to completely transform these beliefs that you have been experiencing your entire life. And that is not easy. That is not an easy thing to do. And it takes a lot of work and dedication and awareness, and it's hard, right? But we have to give ourselves grace for the times that we do allow those limiting beliefs to win. Because I do feel like because you're not where you want to be, that there's a lot of frustration that you're experiencing. Now, my advice is and always will be not to let that frustration send you backwards into old habits. You're going to take steps backwards. That's going to happen. But don't let it send you all the way back to the starting line. When I was building my channel the first time around, this is actually my second tarot channel that I've had, I reached a certain level of success and I quite literally freaked out. And I deleted my channel like in the middle of the night. Following that, kind of had a mental breakdown, a bunch of things happened. Anyway, I say all of this to say that I didn't feel like I was deserving of the success that I was receiving in that time. And so the only thing I knew how to do was sabotage and go back to, now I had created all of these reasons why I needed to do this in my head, and it seemed very valid and like the right thing to do at the time. And I do think that the path that I took was exactly what needed to happen to get me to where I am today. So I don't regret anything. But what I mean by this is that when we're building to the path, the success and the whatever it is that we want in this life, we have to both become the person that is capable of, yes, creating and attracting it, but also sustaining it. And sustaining it is actually the hardest part. Sustaining abundance is the hardest thing to do because you have to work through all of these limiting beliefs about why you don't think you're deserving, and then you receive whatever it is that you want. And then you have to again work through all of these limiting beliefs about whether or not you are actually deserving of having it. So you have limiting beliefs that happen up into receiving it. Then you have limiting beliefs that you have to work through, after you receive it, and then you have more limiting beliefs you have to work through to receive a little bit more. And it's a process and it's a journey and it's difficult. But whenever your fear and your frustration and your doubt that, oh, I'm going to be alone forever, or I'm never going to get what it is that I deserve, whenever those thoughts and those feelings come up, be aware of them and understand how they might be actually impacting you more than you think. Current energy for Taurus, please. But I do really feel, Taurus, like if this is your reading, you're on the right path. You're on the right track. Current energy for Taurus, please. Strength in reverse. 8 of Cups. Taurus, there's something you need to walk away from. You're trying to create something new while holding on to something old. And that's not possible. There's something that some new path is right for you. I think you know what that is. But there's some sort of old path or old relationship or something tying you to this old cycle that's keeping you from being able to fully step foot into your future. Because right here with the Two of Pentacles in reverse, your priorities are imbalanced. You're giving priority to something that still doesn't see your worth or acknowledge your worth or align with you. It's not that you're not on the right track, it's that you're trying, it's like you're trying to run forward on this new path while you still are attached like a bungee cord to your past. And until you cut that tie, whatever that is for you, you're not going to be able to go forward. But whatever it is, I feel like it's very scary for you to leave behind. Which is why your fear, let your fear win. That's what we were talking about. That's the old cycle, right? Ooh. Current energy for Taurus. That 8 of Cups, yeah, that's like walking away from something, leaving something behind. Current energy for Taurus. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. 8 of Swords in reverse. One time I read, it was a quote. I don't remember who it was by. I don't even remember where I freaking read it. I read quotes all day long. I love quotes. I'm such a quote junkie. But it said, in order to be in a position to gain abundance, love, whatever the case is, you also have to be willing to put yourself in a position to lose abundance, love, whatever the case is. For me, just kind of talking about my tarot channel, because I already did, and just kind of applying to the energy, what I mean by that is when I walked away from my very secure paying job to pursue tarot online full time, which I have now done twice. This is something that I've done twice now. People around me thought I was crazy. The first time they were like, oh, you're really crazy. The second time they're like, what's wrong with you? You've already done this once, Both times I had their reasons, it had to happen the way that it did. But what I'm saying by that is I had to almost the easiest way to put it is like I had to take a pay cut to then gain that abundance back like tenfold. Or for instance, if you want to create the relationship of your dreams, you have to be willing to let go of relationships that don't serve you in order to do that. That's something I've had to experience in my life as well. So you have to be willing to let things fall apart in order for them to fall back together. And through that is where you work through those limiting beliefs. This is my favorite card in tarot. This is working through the limiting beliefs that keep you from being able to create the life of your dreams. All right, immediate future for Taurus, clarifying adventure with the Queen of Pentacles. Immediate future for Taurus, clarifying adventure with the Queen of Pentacles. Immediate future for Taurus, clarifying adventure with the Queen of Pentacles, please. Your immediate future, yeah, that's the adventure. You need to have, oh, okay, sorry. I just got excited. I love when tarot is like, bam, this is what I mean. You have the strength. Remember, it was upside down here when it was talking about this Eight of Cups, not having the confidence and the courage to walk away from what you know doesn't serve you to open the door for what does. In your immediate future, it's about stepping into that confidence and stepping out of your comfort zone. And then remember in your recent past how I said your priorities were imbalanced? That Two of Pentacles gets flipped on its head in your immediate future. So that's what this adventure is about for you. Having the confidence to step out of your comfort zone and start to balance your priorities. Start prioritizing faith over fear. Start believing that you are capable of giving your time and energy to the things that make you feel good, that make you feel passionate, make you feel excited. Don't be afraid that your financial needs aren't going to be met, because they absolutely will. Don't be afraid that you're going to end up alone forever, because that's not the case unless you believe it. Now, I understand, talking about the energy, again, is a hell of a lot easier than actually experiencing it. You're a human being having very real human experiences, so I understand that. But looking at the energy, what it's saying is you've got to embrace this adventure. You've got an adventure coming, and it's up to you to step out of your comfort zone to create it, because I feel like this adventure is what's going to lead you to wherever it is that you're wanting to go. Immediate future for Taurus, please. Clarifying adventure with the Queen of Pentacles. Immediate future for Taurus, please. Taurus's immediate future. Knight of Swords in reverse, Knight of Wands in reverse. You're trying to do too much. Your energy is being split. Because the Knight of Swords in reverse can be like the need to slow down. The need to bring your energy back to you. I feel like your energy is being split into too many different directions, between too many different people, maybe between too many different energy places. And what that's doing is actually sabotaging you. It's sabotaging your abundance. So that's why this is really about understanding that in order to get to where you want to go, you're going to have to take the leap. You're going to have to take the leap of faith. That's what this is saying. Immediate future, you're on but like the leap is the right path, right? It's the ideal course of action. So it's not like it's anything to be afraid of, though I know that's not realistic. Immediate future for Taurus, please. There you are. You'll only sabotage, because this right here, this means test of faith. Because there's the same Queen of Pentacles is right there, right? Test of faith. This kind of same Knight of Wands in reverse as we just saw. And then this Five of Swords in reverse is the need to let go of the you against the world mentality. Taurus, you need to realize that this universe has your back. When you are feeling pulled to a path, a career, walking away from a relationship, whatever the case might be, there's a reason for that. There's a reason that your heart is set on a certain path. Now, I don't mean a certain person. I'm not talking about having someone from your past come back. That's not what this reading is talking about. What this is talking about is paths for you to take. And your immediate future is about embracing that. There's anything that I've learned, it's that in order for us to build faith in the universe, we have to test that faith. In order for us to believe that the universe has our back, we have to put that to the test. And then that gets proven to us. We have the spiritual proof and we move forward. It's not so black and white as that, but you get the picture. And there's this need for you to realize, Taurus, that you're not in this alone. You are supported, you are loved, you are being guided, and you have the ability to give yourself everything that you want and need. You have the ability to create the life of your dreams. You just need to know that it's possible and to start taking the steps there that you know you need to take. There's something that you know you need to do here, Taurus. I don't know what it is. It could be like you ended a relationship or a connection ended and you know you need to walk away from it for good or like close the door for good. All right, Taurus, in this reading, we talked about what you need to know right now in your extended, which we're going to hop onto in just a second. We're going to talk about what you need to do right now. So talking more about the advice, using my experience as a spiritual coach to give some advice in that aspect as well. So we'll be using a tarot deck to do that. And then I have an advice card that I will be pulling at the end. Thank you so much, Taurus, as always, for your support of my channel. I do hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Taurus.